a jail. Big ganja, no more. I'm a nah go a jail. Me nah go a jail. Big ganja, no more. I'm a nah go a jail. This your smoke that's you. See me with her. I just got it from an officer. And this a little bit of green sensibilia. I just got it from an inspector. He's my friend.
The best part about traveling the country and meeting people, meeting my Facebook friends is this. Like, here I am. I was in that Denver area. Longmont is only a few miles away. So I called my Facebook friend, Ashley Weber, and I said, hey, Ashley, I'm in your area. We're coming to see you. So she was totally down. So this is, like I said, this is like the best part of traveling the country, is meeting my friends, my internet buddies, you know. So here we go, Ashley.
I am ecstatic to meet an idol, Mr. NJWeedman.
That's good, but I have to tell you something. Ashley herself is a brave person, a hero. She had a court case where she basically refused to back down. She had a court case where the federal government or someone was trying to evict her because she uses medical marijuana. Now, we know that the government does not recognize marijuana's medicinal value. So her case was important, and she was arguing, obviously, that she's a medical marijuana patient. She's, you know, receives federal subsidies for housing or whatever. And they were trying to kick her out. And that story went viral, went on the internet. You know, she obtained a lawyer, and she fought the case. You know, a lot of people would just move or, you know, surrender. And the fact that she, in the light of all the publicity and all the weight of the government, the Goliath of government, she fought, and she became that David that won. You know, she can tell you more about that herself.
Well, first of all, I have to give a shout out to my roommate Kelly. He kind of pushed me in going with calling Boulder Weekly, and that's who put the story out. And after Elizabeth Miller did the story, Boulder Weekly picked it up, and Jeff Gard of Garden Bond, he took me up as my lawyer and took on the case, and we won. We amended it, and it's a reasonable accommodation, and I'm able to use medical marijuana in my federal housing, and I have put a lot of other patients' mind at ease that use medical marijuana that would actually have been facing what I faced.
Yeah, her court case can be used as a precedent. Yeah, her case can be used as a precedent. Other people in the same circumstances can cite her case as reason, you know, the actions of the government don't happen. You know, and when her case went viral, and it was pretty big, because basically the local federal government was recognizing, you know, the medicinal value of marijuana, which we've all been arguing for years. That's the scheduling argument, that the federal government has placed marijuana in Schedule 1, having no medical use, and they've been sticking to their guns pretty much. So this was one of them times that Ashley, you know, provided a chink in the armor of the government. You know, they capitulated.
I just feel that nobody's going to see the plant and its medicinal uses unless they actually see it through our eyes. So I say to them that they need to look through the patient's eyes and actually see the plant. So.
And talking about eyes,
oh.
She's got some good looking eyes.
Talk about voices. Hear that soothing voice? Well, in 2002, I was injured in a car accident, and I'm considered a quadriplegic. So I broke C1, C4, C5, and C6. So it's a spinal cord injury, so it affects my nerves. And so whenever my brain's telling my body something to do, It has no pathway. So then the spasticity and the pain and the burning sensation all starts. So with cannabis, I found that it relaxes my muscles and it gets rid of all my spasticity and my neural pain. I use marijuana to keep up with my son, for one. I know they say they say that it will make you not as aware, but that's the only way I can actually keep up with my son is to get rid of the pain and I would say the pain. There's a lot of parents out there who are against marijuana and are against the use of it around their children and even taking care of the kids when they use it. But what I have to say to those people are, a day without cannabis is me getting up. I am in extreme pain. I take a pill, actually probably 5 of them, and I have to wait 30 minutes for them to kick in. And then I'm just in extreme pain. And then the rest of the day I just feel really lethargic and tired, and I just can't keep up. I have a 5-year-old, so I can't keep up with him. In a day with cannabis, I can wake up, I can vape, feel the effects within 2 seconds, and I'm ready to go.
So it's a lot
Ready to roll.
So you're a lot better off with cannabis. I
am a lot better off. A lot better off. I'm ready to roll with him because he's off and going. As a matter of fact, he woke up the other morning, sat straight up because he snuck into bed with me, sat straight up, and clapped 3 times. That's how he woke up. Just ready to go. Right. Rock it.
Yeah, he seems like he's a very active kid.
Very active. Yeah. Very active. And that's the misconception that a lot of people get with parents who do consume cannabis is that they're not involved. And if anything, I find that we are more involved with the kids' lives, with our life, with our thinking, our thoughts, with everybody that we're around. I think that's why we're good activists. Mm-hmm. With cannabis on a day, it helps control my spasms, so I'm able to do more with my son, like play bat and ball. And if I'm taking pharmaceuticals and only pharmaceuticals, I find that it doesn't control my spasms at all. So I'm really hoping to do a study on people with spinal cord injuries or people that have spasticity on how it affects them. That's one thing I'm really hoping to do. With using a vape pen so often, it's hard for me to push a button. So Cousin Jeff invented these vape pens where all you need to do is actually push the bottom, which is the button. And you get that much smoke out because inside there's 4 coils. So you can take that apart. Yeah, and you can see the 4 coils in there. And you put your wax in there and you get all of that at once.
Oh yeah.
So for patients it's really good. They can't use their hands or have poor dexterity.
So
you just push you just push the bottom of it. Let it heat up. There's carbs right there. There you go. Cousin Jeff, thank you. Shout out.
Oh yeah. That works.
Definitely.
That works.
Cousin Jeff. I don't think that cannabis should be a Scheduled I drug whatsoever, with all the medicinal properties that it possesses, and how much I've seen that it helps me and other patients. It's only a known fact that the reason why it's on the list is because there's big pharma and the federal government does not want doctors writing prescriptions for marijuana rather than the Oxycontin and oxycodone and the very addicting drugs out there that they get paid, the doctors get paid to write. If I could always use cannabis as a pain relief and a medicine, and I could afford it, I would use it constantly. But I can't afford it, and edibles are more expensive, and so I do have to rely on some of the pharma drugs, and I hate the fact that I have to do that, knowing that there's a better solution out there.
Are you familiar with a company called Compassion Edibles?
I have heard of it.
Okay.
I have seen it, yes.
Okay, well, I just recently had a medical procedure, and they donated some edibles to me. I'm here in California here in Colorado with a whole bunch of California edibles, so I'm down with double donating my edibles. Do you like regular strength, extra strength, or medium strength? Like, for instance, we have this oatmeal raisin classic cookie, which is regular strength. You know, I don't know if you're down with the oatmeal. And then there's the caramel bar, which is dipped in chocolate actually also, and it's extra strength. Would you like the extra strength or the regular strength?
Extra strength.
Oh yeah, I figured that. Okay, and this is a caramel bar, so I'm gonna donate my donated edibles to you.
Well, thank you very much.
There we go. Now the best part about traveling the country is obviously meeting my Facebook friends, and look at my Facebook friend Ashley, you know.
NJWeedman.
And this is great, being able to come meet my Facebook friends, but the only way I can do it is putting gas in the Weedmobile. So I asked my supporters to go to PayPal and edfortune@yahoo.com. Please donate so I can meet my Facebook friends, and you know, we can meet and discuss things and talk about things and spread the message and jury nullification and medical and whatever else we want to talk about.
Help the movement.
Yeah, there you go.
Move the movement.
Move the movement. Peace.
Peace.